I'm gonna give it a couple seconds, a couple minutes before I do my official introduction. Okay, what's up, guys? How you doing? Shaka Daniel here from the YouTube channel Chase That Coin, and today I wanted to discuss something that I think is needs to be discussed, and it's something that happens that we basically do this to ourselves sometimes, and it's a topic that both investors and traders uh, can deal with. And this topic is cryptocurrency trading, how you doing? And investing depression. All right. Now, some people naturally have chemical imbalances, and they suffer with depression for different reasons. And but in trading and investing, if you're not one of these people that's just naturally can become depressed, we can we can set our goals too high, or they can be too unrealistic, and this can create depression. All right. Now, with uh, trading and investing, we're going to deal with the same thing. Um, with with trading, people, okay, let's say I'm new to altcoin and Bitcoin trading, right? And I have one Bitcoin, and I would like to start trading, right? Well, I have one Bitcoin to trade, right? Some people set their goals too high, and when they don't accomplish them overnight, they get depressed. They throw out their strategy. They say it doesn't work. They say the market is rigged, and it's just a downward spiral. So when you set your goals too high or too unrealistic, and you expect to reach them in a short period of time, it results in a downward spiral. And a downward spiral is people saying that the market is rigged, people saying that even though cryptocurrency can be manipulated, and it is, yes, but people say this about the largest financial markets in the world, stock markets, Forex, and people still win in these markets. And people still develop strategies that make them consistently win in this market. So if it was 100% rigged or 100% manipulated, no one would win consistently. All right. But the fact that there are people out there that make livings off of this, that quit their jobs off of this, that start their own businesses off of this, should tell you uh, that the market isn't 100% rigged or manipulated, should we say. But it definitely is a good example of manipulation in the market is when you get good news in the market, sometimes the market shoots down, like in Forex, or the news doesn't always correlate to the effect. So if you get good news sometimes in the Forex market, the market will shoot down. If you get bad news sometimes in the Forex market or the stock market, the market shoots up. All right. This is a sign of, people say either manipulation. I say it's a sign of free market, because if news always correlated to an exact outcome, this market would be very easy to trade. All you would have to do is go on something like forexfactory.com or Bloomberg or CoinDesk. Well, cryptocurrency is a smaller market, so when news comes out, it often correlates to the effect. So if bad news comes out, usually a cryptocurrency will tank. If good news comes out for that cryptocurrency, usually it'll go up. because the market is so small. It's not very liquid. And those are some of the reasons. But with Forex, the market, you can get good news and the market can shoot down. All right. There's all kind of algorithms. Algorithms break. Right. Like a month ago, the British pound shot down like I think 1,000 points randomly. All right. People, the market makers said that it was an algorithm that broke. Who knows what that was? All right. Hold on, guys. Hold on real quick, guys. All right. So the what I'm trying to get at here, guys, is set your goals and don't let me tell you to not dream big, because I dream big as well. But don't dream big and try to accomplish this big dream overnight. All right. Let's give an example. Let's give an example of a star or an athlete. You may not ever have heard of this person, right? And then one day they're just all over everything. They're in commercials. They're this place, they're that place. To you, to the naked eye, it might look like overnight success. Like this guy was just working at McDonald's. Somebody discovered him. Next day, he was on ESPN or wherever. But in all actuality, most of the time, these people have worked very hard. They set big goals and they worked towards them, even working in places like McDonald's and wherever it is that they had to work until their goal was achieved. All right. They didn't set their goal really high to be like a Denzel Washington or whatever in the acting world. And then one day they didn't get the big part. They just said acting is rigged. It's all about the Illuminati. You know, it's this and that. It's because of my color of my skin or whatever. All right. Because once you set your goals too high and too unrealistic, it tends to lead into a downward spiral. Okay. That to me, this is one of the reasons, one of the biggest reasons that people fail in trading. All right. They set their goals really high, right? Let's say you want to make 10 Bitcoins in the market, right? And let's say, okay, you want to make 10 Bitcoins in the market. Let's say you start off with 1 Bitcoin, right? And let's say, oh, let's just throw a win percentage out there. A person has a win percentage of 60%, right? So out of 100 trades, right, this person may win 60 trades, right? But that doesn't mean that you're going to start off with winning. All right. Those 40 trades that you can lose those 40 trades straight. So you can lose 40 trades straight until you get to your 60% to the 60 wins. Or you can have 10 losing trades and then 1 winning trade. All right. So if you give up in between those first 40 trades, you're never, ever going to get to your win percentage. And then it's very easy to come up with excuses as to why something isn't working for you. All right. And it's with cryptocurrency and with trading any kind of market, investing in any kind of market, when things aren't going the way you planned, like let's say you jump into an ICO. Let's get into this for the investors, because not everybody here is a trader. Let's say you jump into an ICO, right? And this ICO tanks. All right. This ICO has been tanking for months. It's bottomed out. It's at the bottom. There's no action in it. It's falling off the top volume traded cryptocurrencies on Bittrex. It's not in the top 60 cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap. Right. And let's say this happens to you 3-4 times. Right. Because you set your goals too high, and you watch one of Ty Zen's videos, or you watch one of my videos, and you hear Ty Zen talking about a 20x flip, and you didn't make that 20x flip within the 3 ICOs that you invested in, it's very easy to say, well, maybe Tarzan is an insider on these things, and that's why he's getting the money. Or maybe Shaka knows something that we don't know. You know, it's very, very easy to make up excuses to fit your reality. All right. It's very easy to do this. All right. And now let's get and now that you guys understand a little bit of what I'm talking about, let's get into the depression part. When you don't reach your goals, sometimes, especially repeatedly, when you don't reach them, it can bring on a form of depression. You can be sad. I've taken, I've taken 1K and turned it into 4K within a week, just to take that same 4K, because my goals were too high, to take that same 4K and then turn it into lose 3,700 of it back into 300. Now I'm back to $300. Right? I've blown up two accounts. Right? And they weren't the biggest accounts in the world, but I've blown up 2 accounts. Right? The first time I blew up my account, I was very, very sad and depressed. Very. Right? Because I had the system. I knew that the system worked. Right? Well, I thought that the system worked. Now, I mean, as my trading journey grew and a couple years passed, now I know, almost a couple years, now I know that the strategy does work. But at the time, I was like, this doesn't work. All right, these books and this mentorship and all the stuff that I'm doing is a scam. It doesn't work. All right, Forex market is rigged. All trading markets are rigged. That's what I said to myself, and that temporarily made me feel a little bit better. But I was still sad from the fact that I couldn't achieve what I set out to achieve. All right. So on to my second account. Put some more money in there. We're going smooth. I'm sticking to the plan. I'm making profits. My stop losses are good. I'm only losing very little bit on losing trades, and my winning trades are making up for those losing trades plus profit. Right. And then you get into the green, and then that ego kicks in, and the I feel like I'm a master of the market kicks in. All of these things go into your head. Right. Now let's put it for ICOs. The same thing with ICOs. You jump into ICO, you make a 1-2x profit. Now you think you're the master of ICO investing. Your vetting process weakens. You start just throwing money at all these ICOs, and then 10 of them in a row lose. 8 of them in a row lose. One of them was a shady project from the beginning, and the other one is just neutral. Now it is very easy for you to say, you know what? Every ICO is a scam. Right? Now people like Tone Vase, who's very funny. He's not trying to be funny, but he cracks me up. You know what cracks me up when he says, I disagree. It just that simple. Like him saying that, it just cracks me up every time. But Tone isn't saying that trading or ICOs or these things are scams because of him losing at them. He's saying that they're scams because of other things. You know, one, because he's a Bitcoin maximalist to the 10th degree. I'm also a Bitcoin maximalist as well, and in certain degrees, because I do all of this to get more Bitcoin. But I'm much more open, and I'm not gonna turn down a chance to make profits, as long as it's no shady business. All right. But don't let your hunger, your drive, and your ambition work against you. All right. And it might seem like how you might think to yourself, how is my hunger, my drive, and my ambition going to work against me? Because your hunger, your drive, and your ambition can lead you to false realities. All right. Perfect example. I gave out a trade signal the other day for Steam It. And I spoke to a lot of people inbox me, some people email me on Twitter and stuff like that. And they email me. And I spoke to multiple people saying, hey, listen, the way cryptocurrencies have been working, and from my experience in it, a lot of the times the price is being added into, the price is increasing, right? The price is already being added into the project before the news comes. So like Steam, it had its hard fork. For a week and a half leading up to Steam, the price was boosting. Now, this doesn't mean that the price is going to boost up to the hard fork, and then when the hard fork comes out, it's going to moon. That doesn't mean that. We had 2 projects in a row that we had examples of this from. Waves had some news coming out about their nodes and stuff like that. Waves shot up. When the release of the nodes came out, Waves is back to where it is. Now, long term, I think Waves is a great project, whatever. But I'm not down talking Waves because I have Waves. But I'm just trying to give you guys an example. Steam, they were supposed to do their hard fork a week and a half leading up to Steam. The price was steadily increasing with very slight pullbacks. All right. The day of the Steam hard fork, as I told these guys, I said, yo, the day that Steam does its hard fork, it's going to most likely pull back 25, 30%, probably more. It's going to pull back hard. I got a lot of flack for that. And it's not because I disagree with these projects or anything like that. But the price is being, the news is already priced in leading up to it. Okay. Now, something like Bitcoin or Ethereum in the past, not the Ethereum of now, but the Ethereum of the past, something like Bitcoin or Ethereum of the past, we get some news about SegWit and stuff like that. The price is going to increase up to, even though SegWit price possibly doesn't release until some time, but you will get price increases up to it. And then when this activates in the market, something like Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is proven, it's solid, it has a very good market cap, it has a very good community, something like Bitcoin can continue to rise after the news. You know, so it can price in the news before, temporarily price in the news before and after. But a lot of these smaller, low volume, non-liquid cryptocurrencies, the news gets priced in once people read those articles from CoinDesk. As soon as people read those articles from CoinDesk, the news is pricing in, and some people are reading it later in the week, and some people are hearing about it from videos later in the week, and some people heard about it earlier in the week. So the price is being priced in leading up to that point, right? And usually it doesn't sustain. Steam, it was very easy to tell that it was going to pull back because the volume was so low. Even though the price was rising, the volume was so low. It was like 100,000, 150,000. The day of the night before the hard fork, it shot up to 1 million. Right? It shot up to 1 million. The price shot up to like 41,000 Satoshis. Right? But I knew that wasn't going to be sustained. One, because the volume was very low leading up to it. Two, the Steam lowering its inflation rate isn't news enough to carry it up to $1 or carry it up to 75 cents. That's not news enough. That's not enough news. All right. Now, if Steam would have had that same news, plus they acquired a couple of big celebrity names that joined the platform and was going to possibly be evangelizing the platform, then that's something that may carry on after the news event. All right. So don't let your I don't want to make this broadcast too long, but don't let your ambition, your drive, and your goals be too high, which can possibly lead you into a downward spiral of depression and sadness and thinking that everything is rigged against personally you. You know? So the next topic that I want to talk about is confidence in your move. Confidence in your moves. With trading, you should, excuse me, guys. With trading, you should have already done your routine, your style repetitively to the point where it's second nature, and to the point where even if the market pulls against you slightly, as long as it doesn't go against your stop loss, you still have major confidence in your move. Perfect example, I was in a trade with the GBP CAD. The market pulled against me for 2 days straight. And even good, I'm not the best trader in the world. I'm very good though. I pat my own, toot my own horn a little bit. I think so. But people that are well seasoned, they have moments where they kind of doubt themselves. But because they've drilled they've done their styles repetitively so much, and their style has proven them right so much that they have confidence in their move. So they're able to, as long as it's not hurting their account, withdraw. They're able to withstand the swings in the market, the temporary swings in the market, until the market is able to come back to the area that they analyzed that it would. All right. Now let's bring this to investing. People with Ethereum, even though I don't think it's the best time to have Ethereum. And let me just get into that real quick. Last night or the night before, no, the night before, Ethereum lost 15% of its value on a hack, right? And people are saying, people are really, really, really focused on a hack. But previous to that, Ethereum lost 42.30% of its value over the last 29 days. So before this hack, Ethereum was already in a major downtrend. 29 days before the hack, Ethereum already lost 42% of its value. Right? The hack wasn't a major factor in the dumping of Ethereum. Ethereum started dumping 29 days ago. All right. So, but there are people that have lots of confidence in their move. Now, if they've done their vetting process very well, and if they've done their research, and so they have confidence in their move, I can't tell them that their move is wrong. Because especially if they've done it before, and they've seen it with other cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. Even though Ethereum is one of the beginners, one of the early ones, so you probably didn't see this before. But you got to have confidence in your move. A better example is with an ICO. Let's say you got into an ICO, you made a 10x flip. You made 10 times your money in an ICO, right? But before this ICO made you 10x, it dipped a little bit, it stayed stagnant, it consolidated for months, and then it broke out 10x, right? Now, if you've done your vetting process and you've seen this before, right, and you invest in another ICO, if the ICO pulls back against you a little bit, There is no reason for you to doubt your move. You have to have confidence in your move because one, you've done this before, you've done your research, and you're confident in your skill level, right? So having confidence in your move is going to save you from selling off prematurely. All right. Let's go back to waves. Waves was under ICO value for a very long time. And even Lisk right now is very, very low on the charts. I'm kind of surprised. Well, I understand why, because there's no real news coming out about Lisk. Lisk is very quiet. So I understand why the sell-off is happening so sharply in Lisk. But I was kind of surprised by it, but I understand it. All right. But Waves did something very similar. Got its news, got some legs under it, started their own on weekly update, you know, brought out, got the full node code out. Waves starting to take off. And even in its pullback, it hasn't pulled back dramatically to the point where it's under ICO value again. All right. So you got to have confidence in your move, guys. Have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in your move. Right. Now, if you're new to this and you haven't done it before, it's very hard to have confidence in your move. And I'm not telling you guys to hold on to losing trades. But if you've done this before, if your vetting process is good and you know you're a little bit seasoned and you know how cryptocurrency markets react, have confidence in your move until it hits your stop loss and it proves you otherwise. All right. Let's hit the chat up so we don't make this too long. Yes, good. Max, Max said people get stuck in all types of trading because they've been sold that it's fast and easy money. That is one of the main reasons why people set their goals so high, miss them, and then go into the spiral of depression, sadness, and the market's rigged, and oh, the market hates me, and I think I have some kind of virus on my computer that's making me lose my money. You know, because like I said, guys, in my last video, believe it or not, guys, there are people out there who make up losing strategies for a reason. There are people that do that on purpose. There are people that are paid to do this, make up losing strategies. All right. There are people that are, I'm telling you guys. So do not come into trading thinking that it's fast and easy money. It can be fast and easy money, but it's not always fast and easy money. And it's never easy. It can be fast money, but it's never easy, because to be able to do it consistently takes hard work, takes repetition. Right? Yeah. Oh, Max. I can tell Max is exposed to some trading, because Max is hitting some good points. Brokers are notorious for selling as easy thing to learn. Yes, especially with this. Oh, let's trade on a 15-minute time frame. They want you to trade on a 15-minute time frame. You know why? Because on the 15-minute time frame, you're going to get faked out all the time. You're going to get faked out left and right. They want you to trade on the 15. Yeah, I got out of Steam at 25. I got out of Steam at 34. And I knew that it can possibly go up, but I said to myself, if it goes up a lot more, it's going to be hard to get out at the top because it's not, the volume isn't that high right now. So I said, let me just be happy with my move. You know, let me be happy with my 25, 30% move, and let me move on. And if I can get back in at a good reload zone, then I'll get back in. But for now, let me be happy with my move and let me move on with my life. Uh, what do you suggest to trade at other than 15? Says who? Says who? What do you mean other than 15? Are you talking about the 15-minute time frame? Says who? Yes. And okay, I said yes. 15-minute time frame would fake you out. Any low time frame, the lower the time frame, the weaker the support and resistance levels. The weaker the support and resistance levels, the more of a chance to get faked out. Simple. I only go to the only time I ever look at small time frames. I mean, I might look at them, but the only time I really analyze and look at small time frames is during consolidation. And that's for a bunch of different reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm not that's but I personally don't look at small time. I trade on a higher time frame. Right? I trade on high time frames. I don't trade on 15-minute, 30-minute, the 1 hour. I do not use these for. I don't use these for entries, exits. I don't really use them. Yes, I don't. I do not trade on the 15. I don't trade on the 30. I'm not into that. I'm a long-term trader. With cryptocurrency, I mean, I can't go as long as I would with Forex. Wait, let me look at my Forex trade real quick. I've had, hold on. I've had this Forex trade open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days. I've had the same trade open for 9 days. Now, cryptocurrency, mind you, this is Forex I'm talking about. Cryptocurrency is a little different. You might not be able to hold a trade for that long. I mean, you can, but I mean, if you want to hold it for like a longer term, you know, that's something more like that's more of a buy and hold type of strategy. That's not really it's trading because you're going to trade it once it hits a certain level that you feel comfortable with selling, but that's not more so trading. But with cryptocurrencies, long term to me is could be 3-4 days or more. It could be 10 days. Who knows? But long term starts a little bit lower for me as far as cryptocurrencies. Forex, like I said, I could hold a Forex trade for a whole month. More than that. I will hold on to it until the market meets my requirements for an exit. If the market does not meet my requirements for an exit, I'm going to hold on to it. Right? With cryptocurrencies, my selling strategy is a little bit different because the market isn't, like I said, the market isn't so really that liquid. So I can't treat it the same way I do with Forex. With Forex, I could hold a trade for a whole month and click one button and it cashes me out. My trade is closed. I got my money. That's it. With cryptocurrencies, because it's not so liquid, I can hold a trade for 4 or 5 days, right? And if I try to sell at the top, I might not get cashed out until, I might want to sell up here. I might not get cashed out until down here. So my plan for selling cryptocurrencies is a lot different than it is with Forex. With Forex, I'll hold it to the top. Once it meets my requirements for exit at the top, I close out most of my positions. I might hold on to one position. But with cryptocurrencies, I have a totally different style. Well, not totally different, but it's the same style, but my exits are planned a little bit differently with cryptocurrencies because I'm factoring in low liquidity and the fact that my trades will not get filled instantly, especially with trading on Bittrex, and your trades aren't going to get filled instantly, you know, unless you go and settle for one of the bid prices, then your trade is going to get filled. So yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Any more questions before we go? I don't want this one to be too long. Any questions before we go, gentlemen? Okay. Well, it doesn't seem like there's any questions, but thank you guys for joining me. Check out the About section for my channel, and you can get addresses where you can send donations. I have PayPal there. You can follow me on Twitter at chasethatcoin, so you can communicate with me while I'm not making videos, in between videos. If you guys want to contact me through email, you can do so at chasethatcoin@gmail.com. chasethatcoin@gmail.com. And there you can inquire about one-on-one trainings. I do one-on-one trainings. I give away free 30-minute sessions to anyone who's interested. If you're interested, I give away free 30-minute sessions where I answer some questions for you, and I give a overview of my style, my strategy, and the things that I teach in my courses. And if you're interested in the course, we can discuss compensation and things like that. But I'll give away free 30-minute sessions to everyone. Everyone is open for a free 30-minute session. And yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Share this around and keep chasing those coins, ladies and gentlemen.